You're born, you have a childhood, you go in your 20s, you focus on a hobby, you work, and then you have a life, you have kids, and then maybe you divorce, maybe you stay together, and then you watch your kids grow up, and then you retire, and then you die. You will not die next week in a car crash, you will not die next month in a bus accident. You will stay alive probably until you're around 80. So what are you gonna do for the rest of your life? It's like 67 years or something. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, that's so much time when you think about it. We are literally at the start of it all, and yet we act like we're gonna die in a car crash next week. That's how we all act. We act like we're gonna die in a car crash next week. But what's the point? But you won't die in a car crash next week. You'll be alive next week, and yourself next week. They're gonna be like, oh, bruv, what if myself a week ago would have stopped acting like I was gonna be dead? What if they would have acted like, you know what, that guy is gonna be alive in a week, so he's gonna want X, Y, and Z, so I'm gonna give it to him. That is how you should live your life. You should live your entire life wanting your future self to be better than you. Because then your life will just go like this, instead of like this. I don't know, like this is how I think most people's lives goes, like just up and down, up and down. But if you just focus your entire life on making tomorrow better than today, then your life will just, you know what I mean? You will get better and better and better, and it will not stop. You will get better and better. There is no end to this. Sorry about the cars outside, but I know people don't like audio, but yeah, bro. For the rest of my life, I'm going to fulfill my purposes. That is what I'm going to spend the rest of my life doing. What that means is that I'm going to get what I feel like I need to do the most, and I'm going to keep pursuing that for the rest of my life. That's what I'm doing right now. So my purpose right now is to make videos and try to help some teenagers. That's my purpose. So that's what I'm spending. That's what I want to spend all day doing. That's what I want to do every single day for the next 5 years, or however long this purpose goes for. And this may not make sense to a lot of people. A lot of people, when they think of long term, they think of, oh well, I'll just work a job for 20 years or some rubbish. But I don't think that's a very fulfilling life, because everybody knows you if you're working a job for more than 2 years, you kind of just end up hating it. Unless it's a job you really love, you kind of just end up hating it. And yeah, bro, I don't want to live a life like that. Maybe I'm just being picky or something, but I don't think that's the ideal life if I had to choose. And here's another thing, bro, you get to choose your life. You get to choose what you do for the rest of your life. Like, no one's really forcing you. As long as you do... this is another thing. As long as you don't end up in a ditch, pretty much, like, 80% of people are supporting you behind anything you do. Trust me on this. As long as you do not end up in a ditch, pretty much 80% of people will support you. There'll always be that odd 20% who's like, well, my way's best. But as long as you've got a straightforward plan and you're working hard towards that plan of what you want, pretty much everybody will agree with you. They'll always be like, okay, well, if you're going to work hard and if it's actually possible and if you're actually going to achieve it, then I guess. And that's all you need, bro. So everything good in life takes time. You're not going to get it tomorrow, you're not going to get it next week. But if you can figure out something that you want really badly, it's kind of like what a purpose is. Figure out something you want more than anything. More than anything in the world. And then you can actually work hard towards that thing. Then your entire life will just revolve around this one thing, and you will get it. 9 times out of 10, you will get it. If you just sacrifice every single day. And the best way to figure out what you want is to just pick subjects that you really want to invest in. So for me, this is like fitness, mental health, I don't know, like mindsets. What else have I got on here? Like, and my business, yeah. And for you, it might be a bit different. It might be like school, my family, money, and let me think, some job you really want. That might be what it is, you know? Like, I don't know what it is for you. And then all you need to do is you need to sacrifice for that thing and you'll get it. Aim high, because you don't know how high you can actually get. Another thing is that everything compounds. So if you can figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life, then start sacrificing for it. Then the sacrifices will compound. It's not just, okay, well if I stop, watching Netflix, then my life will get a bit better. No, it will compound. It will, your life will get better and better and better and better until you're just like at this huge point where it's like, bro, my life is completely different because I stopped watching Netflix. Like, your 5th episode is the same as your fifth set of push-ups. And your 5th season on Netflix is the same as your, 5th month of training. You see how that compounds? Okay, one person is now experiencing, the guy who's watching his 5th season on Netflix is now experiencing, extreme depression. And the person who's, just on his 5th month of training is now experiencing, extreme happiness. So it compounds into, huge things. You'll be a completely different person if you just sacrifice the things you actually want. And, yeah. And in the end, bro, that will define you as a person. You will not just be that guy who did some push-ups at one time. You'll be the guy who does push-ups and knows so much about push-ups and literally, just did 1,000,000 push-ups of, how do I... What? Yeah, bro. That's what you should do for the rest of your life. You may disagree. You may agree, hopefully. But that's just an idea. Roll with it. For helpful tool... Sorry, can't speak. For helpful tools to help you achieve this, I have over 50, 60, 70 videos on this channel, just trying to help you achieve what you want for the rest of your life. Whether that be, I don't know, the most amazing car, Bugatti, yeah, but whether that be just world famous comedian. I also have tools in my Discord server, which is linked in the description, and that will help you achieve whatever you want. And yeah, bruv, subscribe if you want a memory to look back to. My name is Sam. Our name is 7. Believe in yourself.